In Diepsloot have their hands full this morning after the discovery of several bodies of people suspected to have been killed as a result of mob attacks. Community leaders say they're suspecting that crime was committed in the area by those who have since been killed. Our reporter Zola Sholwana is following developments from Diepsloot for us this morning. Zola, what more do we know?
Well, Dudu, from what we know on the ground is that last night 4 people, have been killed in another section of Diepsloot, and this morning 5 more people have been killed as well. And community members are saying that they are alleging, rather, that they are suspecting mob justice. The scene is actually not far from where we are. Police are on the scene managing the situation. You'd understand, Dudu, that crime, there's been a scourge of crime in this particular area of Diepsloot, and at some point community members, including community leaders, went on the streets protesting about the high rate of crime, saying that police are not doing enough in terms of visibility in their respective areas. And we are told that community members are suspecting that this is a result of community members actually taking matters into their own hands. And I'm joined by one of the community leaders. Sir, thank you very much for your time. I mean, we all know that Diepsloot has had a scourge of crime at some point. You even went on a protest demanding that Minister Begitele actually makes his way here to address the crime rate.
The Minister of SAPS, Mr. Begitele, the Minister of Safety, has been coming to Diepsloot more than 3 times. As a leader and as part of stakeholders, I've attended meetings with the General Tel. And as leaders of Diepsloot, we've raised many things concerning the high crime rate in Diepsloot that we're asking for a permanent deployment of police officers, new vehicle and permanent forces. But what they've been doing is that each and every time the minister is saying there's high crime rate, they are bringing the National Intervention Unit. And the program that they are implementing, we are against it because they are saying that during 3-phase intervention is deployment, stabilization, and withdrawal. After stabilization, during the process of withdrawal, the crime rate increases every time. It's many times it's been happening. It is this year that we burned the tires, and some of our own leaders in the Diepsloot community were arrested. But the crime rate continues to rise. And mostly people who are suspected of these criminal activities and those who've been arrested, mostly is foreign nationals. And we're not going to shy away and then polish things. And we're not xenophobic, but we're going to say the way it is clear. I'm one of the leaders who goes around visiting those families. And the survivors, when we are engaging them as community leaders, it's clear. Most of our crime perpetrators are Zimbabwean and Ndebele people speaking. We're not going to shy away from it. And then it's puzzling again, as a resident of Diepsloot and as a leader, what's happening concerning the court of ZEPs. Just yesterday, we received the news that the ZEPs have been extended up until 2025.
Mm-hmm. Now, let's come to the incident that just transpired yesterday and this morning. Residents are suspecting that this could be a result of mob justice.
Yes, that is true. That's what we heard as leaders. It's a result of mob justice. We received the report that yesterday guns were found, the criminals were busy robbing, and the community responded. So they fired warning shots trying to scare the community, but the community managed to corner them, and they were killed. Even now on this scene, we are receiving news that mostly the majority they are foreigners. And then we are hearing that one of the criminals is South African, but it's unconfirmed. But in Diepsloot, we are facing a high rate of illegal immigrants who are involved in criminal activities.
There's also been reports that, as it stands, the community is still searching for more people that are affiliated to the ones that have been killed this morning.
That's true. As a community, people trust us. Even now, when I reach this place, they told me that around the extension 12 that side, some of the community members they managed to corner one of the suspected criminals affiliated to this guy, and then the police rushed there, but they managed to save the criminal.
Okay. Now, you're speaking about people that are suspected. What are the dangers of actually cornering someone that is suspected of a crime and later find out that they're not guilty?
There's a danger there. As community leaders, we don't condone mob justice. There's a danger because it's alleged. But of yesterday, they are saying guns were found. But about this thing, I didn't hear any weapon found. But remember, and let's be honest, these criminals are staying in our communities. People, we know each other. The community cannot be wrong. But as leaders, we don't control mob justice. We are saying to the community, if you suspect someone, go and engage with the police and give them a tip-off. But what we found on the Diepsloot is that the police are not trusted by members of the community. That's why most of the time as leaders, when shootings are happening, community leaders and community members, they'll report to us, and then we'll take the information to the police. That's the problem of Diepsloot. There's no trust between the community and the police. That's why we're seeing the high rate of mob justice.
It's also been reported that amongst the 5 that were killed this morning, there's also a woman in that group.
That's what we heard, because they are saying, the community, they are saying, these ladies, they scream that they are being attacked, and then criminals attacks. Community members will wake up thinking they are helping a lady who's under attack. That's the news I heard also, the information I got now, that one of the victims is a lady. But as I'm not the medical officer and a police officer, I can go inside and confirm properly.
Thank you very much for your time. So now, Dudu, what we are getting here is that there's a lot of mistrust between the community of Diepsloot and the police, according to what the community leader has just told us, basically saying that residents no longer believe in actually reporting, crime to police officers who are meant to attend to such crimes. They result in taking matters into their own hands, and also this could possibly one of the results of community members taking matters into their own hands. He also mentioned that as it stands, some community members are still in search of other people that are believed to be affiliated with the 5 that has been killed. Back to you in studio.